Ooh, welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean Stacking the Money Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, the Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use the promo code JUICE. $10 wager turns into $200 in free bets. Either team scores a touchdown, good for college and pro football. I was not good on pro football yesterday, 1-3, and even that one hit was a Thanksgiving miracle. Thanks to the New York Giants. Shout out to the Giants. And if the Cowboys are going to win, at least they're not going to cover. Turkey tasted a little tastier thanks to that cover, but the rest not so great. We'll get to that, and then we get to the picks. We got a World Cup pick, USA, England. I'll give you guys a little hint. USA, USA. USA, soccer, not football. Got that, and then a couple college football plays I like. All right, here we go. A recap: Bills win, don't cover. Which is that really winning the NFL? Like, don't they know they need to cover 9 points? What are they doing? Horrible clock management by the Lions. Like they had a chance to win that game. Josh Allen, I think I underestimated playing on a short week with that elbow. It's weird. Like his deep ball is still really good, but the short balls are just all over the place and kind of keeping the team out of sync. Khalif Raymond, that long shot bet, it didn't get a touchdown, so obviously 2 touchdowns, didn't even get to sweat that, but in my defense, he got some decent targets and was involved in the red zone. I mean, that Amon-Ra St. Brown touchdown, he was also right there with the route, so he was involved. And, move it over to the Pats. Oh, they lose by a touchdown, don't get the cover there. Not going to be the refs guy, but, man, there were some – I mean, they had some bad calls. For the Vikings as well. But I mean, the Pats, they missed that holding on the kick return for a touchdown. They missed that face mask on Mac Jones. And that was a catch. I'm sorry, Hunter Henry. And I feel bad because anytime a tight end catches 2 touchdowns, my mentions immediately light up to like, did you see Hunter Henry, 2 touchdowns, 65-1. And then I'm kicking myself thinking like, oh man, I should have gave that out. I was kicking around Hunter Henry. Why didn't I give that out instead of stupid Khalif Raymond? And then they overturned the touchdown. I watched that a million times. That's a touchdown. Like, bring your uncle, bring your grandpa, bring your dad, everyone who's watching football, aunt, cousins, make them watch that game, watch that play. Everyone's going to say, that's a catch. I don't care about surviving the ground. They even adjusted that rule. They took it out. They said, losing direct control of the ball. He never lost control. It slid. Like, what are we talking about here? Hate to be the blame the refs guy, but that was super annoying. And thoughts and prayers for people who had the 65-1 Hunter Henry 2 touchdowns. That was a tough beat. And speaking of watching games with the kids, the whole family, my 10-year-old nephew decided to I'm out here visiting my father-in-law and his wife in Vegas. So when I went to the sportsbook to get my tickets in, had to get one for him. He was so excited. I gave him the Giants +10, and it was just great because he was all day. He's like, hey, is this the money game? Is this the money game? And there are just so many questions. So wait, they can't win by more than 10? No, they can win by more than 10. Okay, but we get 10 points? Yep, we get 10 points. Okay. And then he was so sad when the timing was perfect. Like once they turned it over that last time, the Giants, I was like, all right, this is or actually, you know what it was? Right when They got that pass interference, the Cowboys. I go, all right. And it was like right when the turkey came out. So I go, all right, we're turning this off. And then, a whole time, assuming lost the bet and then turned it back on. And just in case, got to watch the end of the game. And oh my, just the miracle of the backdoor cover. He was screaming, it's a miracle. He's very excited to enjoy his $42. Hey, and speaking of free rolls, we got a free roll ourselves. YouTube.com/bettingpros. Hit subscribe, comment on this video. Comment on this video with what are your locks for the NFL coming up, or NFL or college, your football locks of the weekend. Comment that on the video, and you're automatically entered to win an autographed jersey courtesy of Pristine Auction. All right, here we go. Football fake football, aka soccer, kicking off World Cup, 11 a.m. Pacific, England versus USA. I'm taking USA because this is a homer play all the way. Just a little 1-unit sprinkle in USA plus 380. Although I'm betting the no draw line because I don't want what happened with the Wales game where if USA gets a draw against England, that's actually really good for USA. So I want to not lose and be happy for the USA if they draw against England, but I can't bet a draw. I asked my buddy in England who handicapped soccer all the time, how do you root for a draw? I don't have it in me. So draw is a push if you bet the no draw line, USA plus 380. Here's my handicap. England coming off a big win, smelling themselves, huh? USA, the more desperate team, the scrappy underdog. I remember back in the day when the USA was a scrappy underdog. No one gave us a chance, huh? And we outsmarted those redcoats. Next thing you know, we got a nation. Overall, USA plays an attacking style. I think this is it's gonna be a tough matchup for England if they don't take us seriously. Now they go too crazy and they miss some transition defense. This could get ugly early and often. But I do like fading England after a huge win. And they did let up 2 goals to Iran. So I think there is some opportunities against their keeper. So give me England versus USA. Obviously, I'm taking USA because I'm a true patriot. Unlike Nelson Aguilar. If we're going to lose to Kirk Cousins in prime time, I guess Matt Patricia as offensive coordinator. Bluto he does look like Bluto. Like, just imagine that Popeyes cartoon, but if Bluto had a laminated play sheet and was using a pencil on it. Oh man, the offense actually really looked good and Mac Jones looked good, but it's fun to throw him under the bus. All right, college football. Let's get to it. Give me Baylor plus 8.5 at Texas, 2 units over on DraftKings. Baylor just hangs with good teams in conference. Baylor won 31-24 last year against Texas. Baylor have lost 2 in a row, but again, they were the best 2 teams in the Big 12 and they almost won. When they're at their best, I think TCU can really hang with anyone in the conference. This Texas game, I like it matchup wise because I do like Baylor's run defense, 45th in the country in rushing success rate. They're also really good at limiting explosive plays on the ground. So I think the way you beat Texas is if you can slow down Bijan Robinson, you can at least make it a game. And this Baylor team, while they're not getting the outright victories, they are great against the number, especially recently 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games. So give me Baylor plus 8.5 for 2 units. Next up, NC State at UNC. Give me UNC minus 6.5 for 2 units over on DraftKings. Drake May, he's been throwing it all over the place. Kind of somewhat in the Heisman mix there, maybe. 336 yards per game. NC State has a good defense, but really their good defense is against the rush, not against the pass. Like, they're not great against the pass. And NC State in general has just felt like a fraudulent team all year. I mean, starting out early in the season when they should have lost to ECU, they just never seemed like a legit top 25 team to me. And I think this is a great spot for UNC, still in the mix to win the ACC. NC State, they're 10th in rush defense, 70th in pass defense. And again, to the point that they've been fraudulent, my feeling of them being fraudulent, it plays out in their ATS record. 1-7 ATS in their last 8 games. They've also struggled against UNC, 0-5 ATS last 5. And again, they've struggled on the road, 0-5 ATS last 5. So they're just trending in the wrong direction when it comes to covering the spreads. I don't think, this is a like showcase spot for UNC. And I think this is a great spot for them. So give me UNC at home, laying 6.5, 2 units. Give me Baylor plus 8.5 for 2 units at Texas. Last but not least, USA against England. No draw line. And that'll do it for the show. Guys, BetMGM.com, promo code JUICE. You guys know how it goes. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other podcast, the Sports Gambling Podcast. And as always, you guys know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.